We are an outpatient substance abuse treatment center located in Mokina, Illinois. We do a variety of things, DUI evaluations, DOT staff evaluations, intensive outpatient. We work with adults and we work with adolescents, and we do family counseling. We also utilize Eastern and Western philosophies, such as Reiki, sound vibration therapy, cranial sacral therapy, massage therapy, neurofeedback, biofeedback, clinical hypnotherapy, neurolinguistic programming, all of that to help people heal, because that's what it's all about. That's why we're here right now, to be a part and just guiding people to themselves to help them, encourage them, their inspiration for them in their recovery. So basically, here at Mindset Transformations, we turn our wish into I am. Because anything you add after I am, you create, right? So basically, we help people change the I am, turn the I wish into I am change, and I am recovery, and I am worthy. And so who we have right here is Rob Brown. Hey! Rob Brown. So he has over 2 decades of recovery, and he focuses on his recovery, staying clean and sober, one day at a time. He has a very strong foundation of recovery that really touches people core to their spirit, and it is my hope, and what I already know is that he will do the same for you. Okay, so if you have a family member who's struggling with recovery or addiction, struggling with addiction, or it's you, we'll be here, and hopefully we'll be able to say something that will help you. He's one of our counselors here, and he does an awesome job bonding and connecting with the clients, and I believe he'll do the same for you right now. So, with no further delay, Rob Brown, you're on.
Okay, how's everyone? I hope everyone had a great day today, and it's my hope that we can just say something that might inspire you to have a great day within the next 24 hours. We just finished a session, a group, and I'd just like to share some insights that I received in the participation with the group. Something that I strongly believe in that has been given to me is when we stay connected, we stay protected. We're going to say that again. I want you to put that into your memory banks, into your heart. When we stay connected, we stay protected. And this has been developed over a period of time, and actually just lived this. One of the things I've noticed with groups is that they always talk about, in the beginning, they may not have wanted to come to an outpatient group because they felt obligated or mandated to attend an outpatient group. But what's really interesting is how the group starts to develop a sense of identity with each other and identification with the other members of the group. And it's always interesting that one of the benefits that the group members will talk about is they always thought that they had a limited perception of what their problem was. And they started to find that they actually share and can identify and see similarities with others. And by talking about those things within the group context, that they get something out of it. Mm. But what I always recognize is I get something out of it too, because I qualify. Mm. And when we stay connected, we can stay protected.
I like that.
We learn to grow from the power of our interaction with other members of a group. Now, true enough, I've participated for many years in 12-step recovery. I've participated in Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, Narcotics Anonymous meetings, Codependency Anonymous meetings, Emotions Anonymous meetings, Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've gotten a lot of aides that have been behind some of the meetings that I attend. I've actually attended spirituality type meetings, you know. But the essence of all those groups, no matter who's in the group, is that we can always learn something from other people within the group. Their spirit comes into the meeting. Mm. And they share something from themselves, from their core, that each of the individuals can consider, and it might even change their perception about a particular understanding that they once had. It makes us open-minded when we can open our minds to listen to another person's perspective or their perception of something, or they share their experience. Mm-hmm. You know, I had one group this week. It was very interesting. They had the whiteboard up there, and I just asked the group, members of the group, we talked about the big lie, that you can control and enjoy your using without consequences. Mm. But we didn't reveal that right off the top. We started talking about the aspects of the mind and the illusion, the delusion, the obsession, the insanity. And when they started looking at the consequences, and they started from their own experiences, what consequences each of them had as it related to their life issues or their substance use, what we found out is that not only could everybody identify, but we went and looked at the American Society of Addiction Medicine, their new definition of addiction. ASAM. And so the ASAM definition, we broke it down so that, section by section, so it could be understood that it was brain driven and it had these different consequences or symptoms in itself. And I asked them a question. We looked at another definition of addiction. So we had their experience as a group on the consequences and symptoms as they saw it from their experience. We had another definition, which was maybe a counselor or therapeutic definition. And then we also had the ASAM, or the American Society of Addiction Medicine, their new definition. I think it was in 2011. And we had broken it down, and I asked them, what did they get out of it? What did they notice? And it was interesting that they all saw that they basically all said the same thing. Mm. The wording was different. Mm-hmm. It might have been more complicated, but their breakdown of a definition from experience was the same thing as maybe a counselor or therapist point of view, or the American Society of Addiction Medicine point of view. Mm. But when I asked them this question, I said, well, where did you get your information from? And they said, from our experience.
Oh,
So in any group,
yeah.
we can provide, by staying connected, we can stay protected by presenting what we have experienced, by honestly presenting whatever the topic might be, our point of view or our experience, and we can gain something out of it that some people did research on.
Yeah.
But we actually did the research by our own living experience and sharing our point of view, and others can identify with it.
Right.
So where people came into a group, at first they were mandated, or they came in with a negative point of view about what a group would be for, and they didn't know, or they were afraid. After the group, or especially after a couple of 3 groups, they found out, wow, I'm actually growing from the group because I stayed connected. And then it helped me because when I applied some of the things that I learned or found out, I actually stayed protected.
So, but what about the people who, I mean, I love that, what you said about when you say connected, you say protected. But, I mean, is there like a phase in this whole spectrum of, from addiction to recovery? Is there a phase where a person is like, you know, I can do this by myself. You know, I don't need any help from anyone. I mean, I really appreciate you saying. I feel when you say when you're connected, you protect it, because to me it's like addiction is not something that you can do alone. Come from a spiritual standpoint for myself. I know everybody they don't you know they see their higher power in different ways and different, you know, religions. But to me, when you're doing it alone, from my spiritual perspective, which is God, it's like when you're alone, it's like an attack. It's almost like a demonic attack that comes on you even more, which prevents you from succeeding. But I mean, what do you say to a person who feel like they don't need anybody? They can do it by themselves. They can recover alone.
Well, we just had a group, and the topic was, I can't, but we can. Mm-hmm. And we had 4 new members in the group. It was 7 of us, including myself. That would make 8. But we had 4 new members in the group, and they admitted that they were ambivalent about attending the group. They admitted they had certain concerns about attending the group. Some felt obligated to attend the group because of being mandated. But the energy that came out as the group went on, and they saw, because we asked the question, well, what did you get out of the group? Actually, I got some things here. One of the things they found out is that one gentleman who really thought that he didn't belong in the group said that by listening to everyone contribute in the group, he found out really addiction was about a self-obsession and self-centeredness and a lot of trying to control everything around to just please himself. And he had never thought about maybe his addiction is his selfishness.
Ooh, I gotta ring the bell for that one.
Yeah. But he said it was the group in sharing, and then he was energetic about sharing that because he didn't think that he originally belonged to the group. And why do I need to be a part of a group to get some help to do what I want to achieve? And I think it was, he said the group helped him, but actually, because of his perception that he shared, he helped the group. I know he helped me too, because everyone gravitated towards that afterwards because it helped reveal that I can't do this by myself, even though I thought so. I can gain something from the group. Another member of the group said, you know, I used to go to AMA meetings, but it was written down that, you know, maybe I need to start back going to meetings after attending this group.
Somebody said
this
that.
outpatient. Yeah. Somebody actually said that.
Hey.
Somebody else said that because of my selfishness, I use these drugs that are putting my family in jeopardy, because if I lose my job because I get tested with a negative or dirty, well, I get tested and have a positive urine analysis, that's not only going to harm me, my career, but it's going to hurt my family. And maybe another one said my selfishness is when I was drinking, I didn't make myself present for my children or my wife. So the same gentleman that thought he didn't belong or need these groups, that he was like in a mandated situation, said that he got from the group a broader understanding of what he thought he didn't qualify for. As he looked at addiction, it was about selfishness, and he qualified. And then he could see how his using of substances, that not only affected me, but it affected others. And maybe I do belong here because I'm listening to others, and it's giving me a new perception about my problem that I don't even want to deal with.
So that reminds me of something I heard once called HOPE, as an acronym, which boils down to HOPE, hearing other people experience.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that. I think we'll use that next week.
Yeah.
Hearing other people's experience, hope. And everybody fed off each other, and we had 4 new people in this group. When you have four new people in the group, and there's actually, including myself, 8 participants, it makes you wonder how it's going to go, because is everybody vested or feel comfortable in a group setting? But the one person that I really thought might have some difficulty was the one person who got the greatest revelation by listening to others and hearing other people's experience.
Yeah.
So the experience, strength, and hope of others came to him in terms of hope, to have the strength that he could see a possible experience. So it worked in reverse in his case, because I don't know why I really should be here. What am I here for? I got a mandate here. I don't want to be here. Then he got excited when he heard other people sharing and found out, man, I'm connected with them too. But what would have happened if he had maintained that other attitude and isolated, disconnected, or alienated, even sitting there in the group, but not being a participant and engaged and involved in the group? But the very person, I hate to say that I was going to be judgmental, that I was concerned about participating, he was the one that got the most. He stayed afterwards, didn't he?
Yeah. That's the spirit of, like you said, connectedness, being together. It's a spirit of recovery. I think there's a spirit, and I think that's what happened there. So which is why we call it spirit of recovery. So, in summary, I want to thank you for being here and sharing your wisdom, and I look forward to having more of this. Hopefully every Wednesday at 7:45. We'll be here having some nuggets of truth for you that can help you in recovery. If you had to summarize anything right now in ending, Rob, what would you say?
If you stay connected, you stay protected. Keep that in your forefront. If you stay connected, you stay protected. The power of the we. That's an awakening. Moving from the me to the we to empower the me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're here to help you turn I wish I can change
To
I am changed. I am recovery, and I am worthy. All right. So we are Mindset Transformation. You can find us at mindsettransformations.net. Mindset Transformations ending with an S.net. Or 708-537-7332. That's 537-7332. And this is one of our wonderful counselors that can help you on your road to recovery. Y'all have a nice evening.